nemesis of a firefighter. Arsonist, I'm a fire rider. Instant flame like a firelighter. So special with shows, I live out my flows. Can't walk in my shoes, can't purchase my clothes. Ice in my veins, but I never froze. Picture perfect, but I never pose. As a juvenile, I knew I bounced back. Got rated, had a plan to get my ounce back. Use cheese as bait, that's a mousetrap. Let me to the right person to pounce at. They selling dreams, I'm pulling receipts. Full force, we can't be beat. Got a dirty mouth, but the flow so neat. Keep your 2 cents, talk is cheap.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is a woman from Barroso's camp brings the smoke to Bullet. She comes at Bullet. So there's speculation on the internet about who this woman was. Some people say that it was Barroso's wife. Some people say it was his granddaughter. I mean, it varies, depending on who you ask. But one thing is for sure, she was riding for him. Let's take a listen and a look at this, and then we'll discuss what took place. So this is Bullet, and I want to give a shout out to Elie Seckbach, because Elie Seckbach, regardless of how y'all feel about him, he gets these interviews, but he's okay with sharing these interviews. He doesn't try to copyright claim or anything. He understands he has access, so he allows people to use it. I think that's dope. That's one thing I like about Elie Seckbach. Subscribe to my man Elie Seckbach. Help get him to 1 million subscribers. All right, so let's take a listen and a look at what happened. Let's go.
Two-time champion. Patience is a tool that we discussed, right? We showed so much patience. The crowd didn't really appreciate it a little bit, but we showed them what.
Yeah, listen, why is he complaining? Hey, no controversy. None.
Strap me up, baby.
Where were his eyes? Did you see his eyes when he got stopped?
Man.
What?
You're disrespecting me. Champion.
Bullet, what was she talking about?
She just told me a bitch because she mad about what happened.
We won that one.
Congratulations. Okay.
That's wild, yo. She just rolled up on him like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, G, what was your reaction to that?
Man, yo, that's, I had a joke in my mind, but I was like, I ain't even gonna say that I'll get me canceled out here in these streets.
But I'll just so canceled out here, G.
Man, yo, a homegirl better watch out, man. That was reckless, like I don't know, man. She just she just rolled up on him and just started calling him the B word like that, It's just. And shout out to Bullet, man, because he caught him off guard. He was like, "What?" Oh man, that's crazy, man. Like, I'm just happy, man. He didn't put his hands on her, because then that other woman, it looked like she ran straight to security, and I'm like, yo, but it was the girl that called him the B word, and y'all gonna run into security like Bullet did something to y'all.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of wild to me, man. I kind of felt like they were trying to set that brother up, So it's a good thing that he didn't do anything, and even if, like, let's say the security would have like hemmed him up or something, there was enough cameras to, to obviously release my man Bullet, but I don't know. I kind of feel like it was a setup. It seemed like orchestrated, like. They were upset and they're like, yo, I'm going to get this dude canceled real quick, So, I don't know, man. Keep that stuff, that social media stuff on social media. Don't do that in real life, man. That ain't cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't like how that looked, But, yeah, I'm just happy that my man Bullet didn't assault anybody. So, salute to him.
All right, TVE.
I disagree with G. I think she's crazy. That's all. Because she wasn't shook. She walked up to him and said what she said. She spoke. She stood on what she said. And when Bullet realized what, like, cause she was calm, she wasn't even like confrontational. She was like, "Yeah, whatever. You see them, check the folks, whatever." B, and he was like, "What?" Like he was thrown off that he called her a B. He was like, "Yo, she just calling me a B." It's like, yo, like I don't know what's up with her, but she ride for her team, and she came out hurt. Nobody else from the camp came with her to like confront him. She came on her own, and she confronted him, and she walked off. And that's what it's like. She wants to smoke with Bullet. I don't know why Bullet. She ain't go to Rolly. She ain't go to nobody else. She went right to Bullet. And it's like, nah, yo, you did this. You B, and walked off. If anything, if it was like anything like more than like if she was like throwing punches or something like that, she didn't seem belligerent. She didn't seem like she was under the influence of anything. But I gotta admire the boldness of this girl. Like, where did this come from? This is like so random. Like, it's like you minding your business, and somebody comes it's like, you know, start something with you, and you're like, should I? And then you gotta question it. You think twice. But shout out to Bullet for not reacting irrationally. Yeah, it is what it is.
You just witnessed the human element, man. You witnessed humans reacting to circumstance. One received a favorable outcome, the other did not. And so you saw how people react. I mean, I'm not going to commend Bullet. I'm glad Bullet didn't escalate the situation, but I feel like he could have handled it differently, as well as the young lady. But again, we're humans and we're not always going to make the right decision. So in the end, I'm glad it turned out to be a much to do about nothing scenario that they can probably both look back on and learn a lesson. Starting with the young woman in the video, I don't know if that's Barroso's wife or his granddaughter or what type of, or maybe both, because you saw two people there. You saw there was another woman with her. There were two women that walked by. But, you know, if you don't know this, you will. Daughters ride for their dads. So if that was her dad and she just watched her dad get robbed out of his dream and she felt like it was unjust, she said what she said.
Good point.
And she was ready to stand on it, and she was ready to throw down for it because she felt like her, like, you know, he got robbed. If that's his wife, same thing. She said what she said. She felt like her husband got robbed, or even if it's a close relative, right? She's in that mode where she felt like Barroso's dream was taken unjustly from him, and she felt like, you know, Bullet's there having a good time. He got a favorable decision, and this is where Bullet messed up. He let her ruin his moment. He let her ruin his good time. When she came up, remember, he was being interviewed. He was happy. He was talking about what Rolly did. Like, a lot of people didn't appreciate it, but he stayed patient, blah, blah, blah. And she came in, said what she had to say. He could have been like, great job. You have a great night. And like, just turn back and keep it moving. Or like when she said what she said, he can be like, yo, I'm sorry you feel that way. You should be proud of you know, your guy. He did a good job. And then just turn around, because she was able to ruin your moment. She got the reaction out of you, which is what she wanted to do. She wanted to ruin your moment because she was feeling miserable. She wanted to make you feel miserable, and she succeeded because she got Bullet. Bullet was, and Bullet normally is, a guy who's laughing, joking, having a good time. And she made him confrontational. She made him mad. She had him yelling B words and whatever. She took him out of his element. She took him from who he was for a second and turned him into something that he'll probably look back on and be like, yeah, that doesn't represent who I am as a person. And for that, she got a minor victory. You dig what I'm saying? She got a little minor victory. If Bullet would have just turned around and said, hey, great fight, I know you're upset, but you should be proud of your guy, and turn back around, he would have came off looking like a G, and he never would have been out of his element. Because it's like, that's not how, and she came to him with the intent. But I noticed that, like, I used to work with at an after school program, and we would take students swimming. We would take them to museums. We would take them to all types of field trips, amusement parks, whatever. And there was this one little girl, and she would walk around and say rude things to people, and they would get upset and they would just go crazy. And one day she came up to me and she was trying to get me. She was just saying all types of things, like anything she thought would rattle me or get me upset. And I just never responded. And then I said her name, and I said, have you realized yet you're not going to bother me? Nothing you say will bother me. So you're just wasting your time. Once I said that, she did this. I kid you not. She said, ah! And then she went and started talking trash to someone else. Because I realized her whole thing was to irritate people. Like, I'm pretty sure now, this was years ago. This was back when I was an undergrad. She's an adult now, probably she's probably a troll. That might have been her. You know what I'm saying?
See, I would have been different. She would have came at me. I'd have been like, yo, I ain't your deadbeat daddy. So watch your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to me. You know what I mean? Get out of here with that, man. You know, straight up.
I can't do that, G, man. I can't do that. But also, like I said, I can't let people take me out of my element, because to me, there's something about letting people change your mood. Like, for people to have control over your moods is a very powerful thing. Like, you don't understand. Like, for people to be able to dictate how I feel is very powerful. Like, you remember, G, when we were coming from the gym and we were going to go eat, and we walked by this dude and he started like talking trash to me, you, and Stretch. And Stretch was ready to turn back around, and we like, why are you worried about this bum? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's a loser. Like, let's go. Like, that's what I'm talking about. If I don't feel threatened, you can't change my mood. If you know, and I wouldn't have felt threatened by her, so she can't change my mood. You change my mood if I feel threatened, because I'm like, oh snap, am I in danger? Like, you know, I gotta worry about, you know what I mean? Is it time to, you know, do we gotta take it there? Like, that's when I would change my mood. But just some talking or some acting, whatever, I'm not giving you that power. I'm not giving you that power. You're irrelevant. You don't matter to me. You know, at the end of the day, Bullet and Rolly, they leaving with them belts. So whatever you say doesn't really matter. And we feel you, but she was wrong for going at Bullet the way she went at Bullet. But I understand why. I understand the human element. I understand Bullet getting upset about someone calling him a B and doing what she did to him. But I also feel like, Bullet, you got to be bigger than that. You can't let people take you out of your element, especially in that environment, if you're going to be a trainer. So that'd be my advice to Bullet. But overall, I'm glad this turned out to be a much to do about nothing situation. All right. Anyone have anything else to add? G's basically saying he's not taking a high road.
Not you like, hey, you want to make me feel bad? We gonna feel bad together.
You wildin'.
Straight up, yo.
Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, you can listen to our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros. Happy Mother's Day.